Hi everyone, welcome to the Heart's Frontier. I'm going to do a pick a card reading today. I do feel this one's going to be a little bit different, but I'm not sure how yet. You might be getting tired of me saying, I never know. We know that you never know. So I'm pulling from the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck. Do we get one more? Yes. Another? Okay. Okay, so we're meant to get 2 cards per pile to start off with, and that way you can see which one is more resonating with you. So pile 1 is Discovering Truth, and as well it is Vast Vistas. Pile 2 is Joy and Delight, and as well it is Miracles. Miracles have been a very consistent theme on this feed lately. I'm loving it. I'm loving experiencing some of my own miracles. It's very nice. I get to live vicariously through whoever's interacting with the channel, and there's a lot of good stuff happening here. It really does feel as though that stuck energy collectively is starting to just make way for all these new pathways which felt like actually they were things from the past that are now reopening. So pathways that before you were on and felt as though you delineated from, and now you're understanding at this current juncture how you were on the path the whole time, and here's all the ways that you were. So to really trust that it's meant for you here and now. It's not the wrong time. Fogged In is for pile 3. And as well, we have Infinite Abundance. Okay, so Vast Vistas, Miracles, and Fogged In. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Pick whichever one feels as though it's drawing you the most. And then we'll get started. Ooh, I already feel a lot of different things coming in about each of them, actually. I'm getting a different vibe for each of them. So we're going to start with pile number 1. So we had Discovering Truth, You Stand in the Light of Truth, and then Vast Vistas, Expand Your Horizons. Okay. This is feeling like a group that needs to step up, step on out. Step into the spotlight, I'm hearing. It's time to become noticed. I'm also feeling as though you've been very quiet. This feels like a group that's just come out of like a state of hermitage, of being in a hermit-like energy, maybe staying away from people. Okay. So we have Island and Solitude. Makes sense, the Hermit, and then Wind Activation. So those both came out together. So from Solitude, you're going into activation. This currently is a time where there's 2 things happening at once. Okay, so you're in one side, whenever you do retreat, you're getting activated. And that's something for you to be aware of, that your silent and your alone time feels really radically different now. Like you're feeling really sensitive to different energies and you're picking up a lot more. So when you're going into your silent time, you actually might be doing a lot of work, and it is important for you to still take even more solitude for yourself so that you can restore. Additionally though, whenever you're going in and you're activating, it's causing you to become more sensitive to what's around you. And so in order to move past this, you're going to need to find a space where your energies are not so interrupted, where taking silent time and solitude for yourself is welcomed and invited. Okay, so then we have Whale, Breach, which earlier in this year, the whale was a really constant theme. So this might be a theme that's coming back from, say, the springtime. Something about your solitude and the springtime for you of this year that just passed. We have Iceberg, Submerged, and as well we have Cave and Sanctuary. So it really feels like you've been coming from this place of everything being quite hidden under the surface. And something I'm hearing a lot this week in the collective, a lot of things are beginning to resurface and find their way to the surface. I want you to be really easy on yourself, pile one. Feels as though coming out of this cave, you want to be careful that you're not like a troll, is what it's saying. Okay, so you're going to need to make sure that when you're leaving this cave that you've been in, this space of private time, that when you're exiting, it feels as though you're ready and not ready, because you will likely not feel ready for whatever this change is. You want to feel as though you're happy to get back out into the world again. It's exciting to you, and you reflect on that positively. Okay, so whenever I hear like signals and beeping, sometimes I just put it to the side when I'm in a reading, but that one was loud. I am feeling as though things are ready for you to move forward. And so when I said that piece before, but you're not feeling ready, like that's because you personally just won't feel ready. You won't feel it. It will be true. It is true right now that you're ready to begin getting back into the world. Again, discovering that truth, understanding how much is at your horizon. This group, I'm wondering whether you've done any future planning or, written a bucket list or thought about things in that way. Like, what do you really want to do with the rest of your lifetime? Feels like this time in solitude, you did a lot of deep and larger reflections about your entire life, like how you've lived your life so far, what you want from it. Feels like you did like quite a deep cave renewal. It's so important to do that at some point in life. So if you have not done that, this may be a beckoning for you to do that. Okay, then you're getting duality, seeing things just in black and white, wanting to create boxes and lines around things even still. I feel like this is partly where you're coming from. I think you have a little more of an open mind now, but at the same time, you're kind of concerned, is this just going to go exactly like last time? Now, it's not going to go exactly like last time because you just spent all this time reflecting and finding yourself in this cave. You might be definitely on an ascension journey because I'm getting a lot of like sinus congestion that usually feels like there's some sort of blocking towards being able to see your way forward. I also feel as though there's information about your future that you're not allowed to have access to yet because it relies on not just you being a part of this equation. We then have struggle, swimming upstream, salmon. Again, I feel like this is about where you have been from. Feels like a culmination point, like around Wednesday, Thursday of this week. It feels like you're starting to step out of the cave. I really do think you need to be easy on yourself, though. It really feels as though if you ask too much, it may come back in your face. Then we have inner journey. So again, this is further validation to all the good work that you have been doing up until this point. Now, what do you need to pay attention to for healing? Yeah. Okay, answered prayer. So there is a lack of trust. You've spent all this time in the tank, as I call it, finding yourself. And in that time of being in the tank, you were well protected and cared for somehow, miraculously. It doesn't feel like you were paying enough attention to things that you wanted to in your life. It felt like a lot of other things needed to take lower priority so that you could have this time. But your prayers were being answered the entire time that was happening, okay? And continue to be. So we have take a look at your dreams, take stock in what you're dreaming about, how you're feeling with those dreams, okay? Just to see something in a dream is not enough. It's to understand how you relate to that dream and what you're feeling in and around it that brings more meaning. But do take them as important. And then we have focus. And I'm seeing roses in there, and they're white roses, and I'm being really, really drawn to them. And also some gold leaves, like a halo. So what I'm seeing with the white roses is You have quite a pure and an innocent heart. And I don't believe a lot of people actually understand this about you. This is something unique to this group. I don't feel like a lot of people really understand this about you, that you have a very pure and innocent heart. And so this time of stowing yourself away and stowing your truth away has been restorative, but has also led people to not see your truth. And so it feels exhausting to have finally found it in yourself, and then to be at this edge of the cave deciding how to move forward. And I just want you to make sure that you're choosing lines, pathways, which are connected to that truth that you found in the cave, right? So if you start walking along a path and you're like, this is too different than how I felt in the cave, then I want you to ask how to get yourself back on that track. White Roses is like a high, high, high vibrational person, and with a sense of innocence and purity, with a sense of spiritual devotion. You might be connected with Mary Magdalene. Okay, unknown territory, you're exactly where you need to be right now. Exactly where you need to be. No rushing forward, no stepping backward yet, right? You're really feeling, yeah, it's much more of a forward motion at this point. I believe that your time of going into the cave is ending here. Okay, some animal. Sometimes that happens to me when I work with a client and like I'm going between the two decks. I'll go back to that was the spirit animal oracle deck that I was deciding between. Okay. Golden opportunity. Important doors are opening for you right now. Walk through them, and walk through them. Don't run through them, right? No more doing things from a place of fear. Yeah, collaborate. There's always enough. And snake spirit, we have time to heal. This to me, though, definitely is feeling like your time to heal has ended. It's now time for you to step into the golden opportunity that is the rest of your life outside of this cave. And the snake spirit is also feeling to me like that shedding your skin, that old container of you, feels like that's maybe some of the itchiness, because there has been a lot of itchiness going around in the collective lately. It's like ear itchiness. So something someone said to you today didn't sound right, and that's why you're getting this ear itchiness. Didn't sound right, as in it didn't match you. Someone made a comment about you, and maybe it was recently, like in the last few days, but recently someone made a comment about you, and then it felt like it was not quite right, but they said it with such conviction that it really confused you. And then maybe you went back into your cave. You're like, I got to think about that for a second. Oh, funny. Okay, group number 1 feels like an exciting time for you. It's time to be exiting the cave, but again, we're not running, we're walking, we're staying safe, we're making sure that we don't bite anyone, we don't act the troll when we leave this cave finally. It's about rejoining and being excited to rejoin the world. And if you're not quite there yet, take it easy, you'll get there. But that's why we walk, right? That's why we walk. Okay. If you are interested in doing a personal reading, if you'd like some more information, some further information about you, for us to talk just about you the whole time, I do pendulum chakra energy balancing, I do oracle readings, and then I do shamanic soul retrieval, as well as power animal retrieval and other spirit messages. So I will share more about that one soon, because it is coming up with a lot of questions. But just for now, thought I would share that. They're in the description box below if you want to sign up. And until next time, we'll see you. And now we're on to pile number 2. So pile number 2, we have miracles and we have joy and delight. Miracles, expect the wondrous to emerge, and joy and delight, open your heart to joy. Okay, this group, I'm already feeling things have been a little bit doom and gloom in your mindset lately. It's been very easy for you to just choose the worst way to view something, because there's something in you that just says, well, that's the most rational, that's the best thing to do. It's not the best thing to do. The best thing to do is see it in a way that makes you efficient, right? The best thing to do is truly see things most of the time in a positive light, so that you can see clearly forward. Because when you're viewing with this sort of negativity, it's not coming through as easily. Oh, okay. This I do feel is about your loving relationship, a partnership, something where there's been some distance lately and you're not sure how it's going to pan out. This distance is not insurmountable, but the fact that it has not been surmounted. This distance is not insurmountable. It's possible for you to close this gap, whether it's emotional or physical distance. But because it has not been closed at this point, at this current juncture, your mind is sort of racing ahead and trying to say, then it's never going to happen. I don't know. And that may be true for some people in this group. I'm not sure. So let's continue looking for answers here. Ooh, feels like you've been really been doubting the power of love, the power of romance specifically, I'm hearing. You're like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Not going to happen for me. Okay, so I just pulled this goddess card, independent. Okay, so bust. Your independence is a foundation for your strength and success. So part of the reason that you've experienced this distance is that you can further create your own independence. It's extremely important in all healthy relationships to have your full sense of independence within yourself. And so sometimes on this path, towards love, you can be redirected to take space on your own. And in this space, you're meant to be learning your own lessons. Okay, so the other two cards that I got here for that were Sekhmet, Be Strong, and Arakira, Blossoming. So we have, you are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. So that's what I'm saying about, this has actually allowed you to build a foundation of independence that's going to help you no matter the relationship that you get in from this point. So if you have someone specific in mind, pile 2, I feel that you definitely do, and that you've been pessimistic about viewing that love recently, and just about how you're looking at it. It's not necessarily saying like you've been negative about that person or you've been negative about your abilities together or something. It's that you're just doubting that it's going to work for some reason, or that it's in your best interest to put any energy towards it. And so it says, you are just getting started. Have patience with yourself and the process, and do not give up. So understand that you're on a constant journey of blossoming, right? So if you view yourself as a fully formed flower, yeah, the floral imagery and love, it's not gone, it's not missed by me how cheesy that is, but okay. So if you were like a fully formed flower and you're like, man, no one's picking me, why isn't this happening for me? It may be that someone's waiting for like a little blossom to come out so that you're actually this full body, like there's multiple things going on, and all you are right now is one head of the flower, right? So it may be that you actually need a lot more for someone to feel like this is the right moment for you to be, and chosen is a weird term, so I'm just gonna leave the metaphor there. It does feel like in this time of separation or distance, I don't know if you're fully like away from your partner or lover, or whether there's just been emotional distance within your relationship, or whether there's a physical distance, like someone actually has to go to see someone. Whatever it is, you're being helped by Master Jesus, forgiveness, which says you're on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. And you can do Father healing at this time, Kuan Yin, care and compassion. So choose to be love and do what is right for everyone involved and offer a helping hand. I do feel there's a bit of selfishness somewhere in this group for putting the focus entirely on you and not on how you and your partner and your lover can make a positive impact on the world. So there's some selfishness between this just meeting your needs and not the needs of everyone who will be impacted by your love, which is quite a deep thing to say. So if you're just like starting something out with someone, I'm talking this way, it like doesn't resonate with you, then maybe just like tone it down a little bit and try to understand from that perspective, because it's very true. But the intensity of self-realization that love allows us is also quite potent, and we're not all ready for it at all times. So Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. I love this one, very connected to the heart chakra, green and pink in the card. This is very bright today. Share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So really, this is the missing piece for this group. It feels as though you've been missing this idea that love is here and on its way. So it is here, and also the love that's on its way is going to wash over you. It's going to stun and impress you with how powerful, how moving, how it changes you, how you feel reborn from it is what I'm hearing. So then we have the beloved shamanic healing. This is mystical shaman oracle. It says the beloved is the recognition of spirit in another and moving towards spirit through the other. It is when the divine appears to us in the form of our child, our partner, our friend, and we experience being in love. As we grow, we start to recognize the beloved in everyone, not confusing their personality with their divine nature. I'm hearing accept me at face value. So if you have a past with someone that you're not sure whether to forgive them, you're getting a lot of cards about compassion, forgiveness, and accepting someone with your full heart. Accept the invitation to learn through the path of love. Expand your being through union with another. When you recognize the beloved in another, you call forth their highest and purest nature. Follow the path of love. And then be careful with romantic love, the kind of love you fall in and out of. Own all the projections you have placed upon the person you are dreaming of. Remember that they are only mirroring back your own deep longings rather than revealing their true selves. If you fail to notice this, be prepared to walk through the fire of strong emotions once again. Really, really fascinating reading here. I feel like that whatever was meant to come out for you and that has resonated. It doesn't feel like I need to linger on that much more. And so I'm going to pull a spirit animal oracle card just to get some further support on what it is you can actually do. This is like all about mindset. Okay, got 3 cards here. We have whale, which just showed up in the previous pile. So again, this may be a watch pile 1 and watch pile 2. We have whale, we have tiger, and we have lion. So we have trust the great mystery. Trust that beautiful, beautiful love, romantic love is on its way. It's here now, whether or not it's visible to you or not. And this mystery of why there has been distance or separation will become clear. And I believe it has been an opportunity for you and the other person to find themselves more deeply. Slow and steady wins the race. So yeah, this really might resonate with pile 1 because I was saying like, it's time for you to leave the cave, but it's time to be walking and not running. Making sure you stay aligned this time. And then lion, be generous of spirit. So this really feels like giving your heart, giving your spirit, finding ways to give to others that aren't even your divine love and your divine match. Really finding ways that you can open your heart further and further and further. Even, I mean, getting a morning coffee or speaking with a friend online, right? How can you give more of your heart in this situation to bring love to the entire world? And that's what I'm talking about, this divine purpose that you have shared. So if your purpose here is to give love and to receive love, and you have someone in your life, then their purpose also must be to help you in giving and receiving big love in this lifetime. So to honor the fact that both of your lifetimes have to do with that is really, really key. So thank you so much, pile 2. Pile 2, it's been a really, it's been a joy reading for you. And if you are confused about your love situation, I do love doing love specific, love. I do love doing like relationship specific readings. If you're curious about a specific person, I'll draw cards for you and for them and for your shared energy and just help you with what you need to actually be seeing. A lot of the times it's just a mirror, like that card said, it's just a mirror. We're meant to be doing our own work and growing. And it can be a really powerful lens for how to do our deepest spiritual work. So I would be happy to help you. You can just find the link down below. And if not, hope to see you soon. Awesome. Now we're moving on to pile number 3, fogged in. And then we have infinite abundance. Very different messages here. than what we've been receiving recently. Recently, it's been a lot of like action, action, like driving us towards admitting things to ourselves and driving us towards taking first steps towards things. And now it's time of, okay, let's walk. Let's make sure we're not running and stumbling all over the place. It says, fogged in, go slow, take time. And then infinite abundance is pouring into your life. So what do you need to hear? Pile 3. Okay. Feels as though money has been a challenge for you lately. And I think it's just the accepting that it's always there. You know, there's something that feels to you like you need to, like, you can never stop moving. You have to be chasing things. And it's left you feeling a bit unstable. So you've been running around a lot trying to make sense of everything. And now you're just being told, you know, go slow, take your time. It's not the end of the world. You know what? Things are working out well. Whenever you've trusted or whenever you've not trusted that they're working out, they've shown you that it's all going to work out fine and that you're going to have, you know, more money or opportunity. So what is abundance to you? Could it be more than that? I'm seeing blessings. Additionally, we have body care and music. I am feeling some of you might be musicians, and so some of this maybe it feels very frustrating to take your time because you feel like you've been working on your music for a long time and you just want to share it and you just want it to be out in the world. And it's going to be okay if you take a little bit more time in this creative process at this time, is what I'm hearing for the musicians specifically. Abundance is pouring into your life at all times. So that's happening now, and it's going to happen 2 months from now if you spend a little bit more time on something that's not feeling right. It's more important when you're putting out a project that it's very aligned to how you feel and that it is accurate. Speaking about alignment, I am doing an Align Your Life workshop. So if you, especially for the musicians, if you had a creative project that you're working on and you want to see whether you're aligned to it or how to align your life to it, then please, yeah, come join that workshop. It's going to be really cool. It's one of my favorite workshops to do because it's very fiery and masculine. It's like, let's get you back on track, you know? But with a healthy dose of all the spiritual things, of course. I'm also for the body care feeling as though you need to be more clear and more discerning. So you know some of the things that you're doing that are not right for you. And you're like, yeah, it's okay-ish in this situation, maybe here, maybe there. But when you're clear about it with yourself, you'll understand that actually, no, it's not okay. Here's the line. Here's where you're done with that habit. It's also about self-love. You doubting yourself is you not loving yourself, right? It's very clear. I'm also seeing home, and I'm seeing creativity, and I'm seeing labyrinth. So if labyrinth is an important element to you, or that means something to you. Okay, it feels like you're walking like a maze to get to your true home. And your true home feels like it's going to be a long time from now. Feels like you're going to be walking in this maze for a long time, like in a labyrinth. You're not really sure what's up, what's down. The creativity here is a really positive sign to me. It feels as though it's telling me this creativity is attached to the abundance. So there's a couple projects that people are working on in this collective that these ones are going to go really well for whatever reason. Maybe because you're aligning to your spiritual path, and so you're actually able to heed proper intuition and therefore get to your life track, which is meant to be entirely abundant. Yeah, get some perspective and focus yourself. Crystals and Milky Way. You might also resonate with being a starseed. You might also resonate with crystals in general and might find they help you clear your energy. If you do, here's some clearing. Lovely selenite wand that I was gifted recently. Okay, I'm just gonna do one more of these. Yeah, definitely some clearing of perspective. Some mindset things are getting in the way. They feel old, they feel toxic, they feel not useful, and it feels like you know this. A lot of things are going to happen to you around this winter solstice. That feels entirely timing based. It says reflection, but I feel you've done a lot of reflection. And this is more time of action for you. Winter solstice is when some things are going to come your way, like blessings, rainbows, money, doors opening, financial opportunities, people coming your way. I'm hearing something online. Some sort of feature, feels like. Winter solstice, you're going to be featured somewhere online. Okay. One more. Let's see. What else? One more card to help pile 3 with stepping out into this abundance that is their birthright. They're meant to be successful, powerful, creative, adventuring, aspiring, ambitious people. Aw. I wasn't expecting this. It says the sacred union, partnership, and romance. It's so cute. It's a sweet card. So what else do you need to know? If a romance is here, this is something that's really going to help you into this next phase of creative abundance. So really everything feeling like it aligns and is bringing you income. It feels like you're turning many taps on income-wise. And then if romance or partnership is not a part of your life currently, that may be the thing happening around winter solstice. So before that time, I'm a little bit after for some people, but before that time, I'm feeling for most, some sort of sacred romance is going to come into your life that allows you to view things differently and to veer your life into a path that feels much more directed to you personally, deep down, underneath layers. So thank you very much. Pile 3, I'm getting told to pull one more of the angels. It was like, don't leave them on that. I think because it's hard to manifest a person in mind, but you can absolutely create that feeling, and that feeling is what brings people towards you. So retreat. Yeah. So find a space sometime this week where you feel really free and really like yourself. And you'll find, if you think about your creative projects from that place, you'll feel a lot more centered and it'll feel like it matches you a lot more. I'm hearing there's been too many outside voices, too many outside influences in your thinking. So remember that you're clear, you've got this, you're here to live out your mission, you're here to birth these creative projects out in the world, and we can't wait to see them, but we do want to see them at some point. So great work, Pile 3, and hope to see you soon.